morning. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very grateful that you're on this earth today. My family, me, Indigo, and Dre, we are moving across the country. It's kind of surreal to be saying this because it never felt like it was, I don't want to say it never felt like it was going to happen, because I always knew with my partner's career that we would probably eventually have to move pretty far away. I just didn't think it would happen so soon, but it happened. So we are moving across the country from Ohio to Montana. It's quite a move. Most of our family lives here in Ohio, where we live right now, and it's gonna be a big change, I feel like, especially for Indigo, because our family are like his best friends, pretty much his only friends. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how he transitions to moving. My partner Dre, he actually got a degree in wildlife biology, and his focus is ecologies, and he got a position working as a field ecologist in Yellowstone National Park. So it's like one of his dreams, like it's like one of his dream positions, or like dream locations to work, has been Yellowstone for like multiple years. Like I think he graduated 2 years ago. I think ever since he graduated, he at least wanted to visit Yellowstone. So I know it's been like in the cards for a long time of us going there, and then this position came up and he was like, I'm going for it. And I knew like we talked about it and stuff, and I knew he was applying for it and everything, but it still feels so like it hits you like a bus, like the realization that, oh my gosh, like we're actually doing this. So yeah, he applied for the job, and it's through a company that has like a lot of locations to work at, so we weren't sure like where we would be going, but this was his number one pick, and he got an interview, and he had like, they sent him the questions prior to, he had like prepared for like a week and a half beforehand for the interview, and just killed it. And literally less than 24 hours later, he was offered the job. So we were just laying in bed. It was like early morning, and his phone, he heard an email, and I'm a light sleeper, so I also heard it. And I woke up, and he's holding his phone like this, looking at it. It was dark, and I wear contacts and glasses, so I couldn't see anything. And I was like, what is it? What does it say? And then he brings it close to my face, and it says, congratulations, da da da. And we're like, ah! We didn't say ah, but I'm like, we're moving to Montana. He was like, we're moving to Montana. So that's kind of how it happened. Just, it like came out of nowhere. Well, at the time that we found out, we had like almost 2 months until we move. And I think at this point right now, we have like 35 days until we move. We're still looking into housing and everything, because the specific city that we're moving to, it is, it says like everywhere online that it's in a bit of a housing crisis, and like rent is through the roof, and you just can't find like houses to live in. Like the locals there, they can't get places because it's so expensive. Everything's just, the price has been jacked up. So because everyone's moving there, it's a really popular move, like I guess maybe like retirement destination. Like a lot of people are moving to this part of Montana right now. So we decided that like we're all gonna move together, because it's a 6-month position. It's not like a full-time, like year-long, like salary kind of position. It's a temporary position because of the growing season in Yellowstone. Most of Yellowstone isn't even accessible in the wintertime, so it's only through May through like October, or when the winter really kicks up. So we we decided that we're all going to move, even though it's only a 6-month position, because we can do things in the wintertime to make money or whatever. But it's going to be an amazing opportunity for us to move and like get like experience in a new city, see how we like I don't say see how we like being away from family, but see how we do really being away from our family. Because we both have always wanted to move away. Like even for college, I was going to go to North Carolina. He went to Washington D.C. Like we've always wanted to move away and like travel, and it's always been, I think, both of our wishes to travel with our kids as well. So this is like the first step to doing that. And like even if it's just for a year for us, it'll be worth the experience. Like this baby number 2, probably won't remember like the mountains and seeing bison and all those kind of things, but Indigo will be ecstatic. He will be, I can't tell you how excited this child will be to see a bison. Like he loves them. He was obsessed with them for a while, and he would only watch YouTube videos with bison in them, and he got a bison little toy from the store and he just held on to it. So he will be so excited to see a bison. And all the other animals too, of course. Like if he sees a bear, he'll be so excited. But he's just a nature boy. He's really a nature boy. And I think that this will be an amazing opportunity to show him this part of nature, like the mountains, and like just like go to hot springs and just do like different things outside than what we can do here in Ohio. Because I know that Montana has a ton more like, I don't say outdoor activities, but like outdoorsy activities. Like you can do like a lot more like hiking trails and like big trees and like mountains you can climb and things like you can see like hot springs and all of those kind of cool things. So it'll be really super awesome for Indigo to experience that and for us to be able to document that for him, even if we're only there for a year. Speaking of baby number 2, a little bit ago, you're probably like, so what are you gonna do now? Like, because in my last video that I posted, I was just saying how I want to be like as minimally medical as possible this pregnancy and this birth. And but it kind of changes a little bit now. Like my preferences definitely have not changed. Like I still want to be as minimally medical as possible. I still don't really want to give birth in the hospital. I still want to stay like as far away from the medical system in this as possible. So I've looked into a few options, because like I said, we don't move for another like 35-ish days, and I won't give birth for another like 3-ish months. So I'm not like that pressed about it, but I looked into a few of the different options that are available in Montana, and it's like, it's weird because since everything's like a lot more expensive, like the housing and everything, of course, like the midwives are more expensive, and it would cost like triple or 4 times the cost that it would be here in Ohio to have a home birth with a midwife in Montana. So we're kind of weighing our options on that. And I looked into like their hospital system as well, just to become familiar. I'm getting out of breath, sorry. It's the baby. I looked into their hospital system, and it's like everything looks good online. Let me put it this way: everything looks good online, but it looks like it says spa pools, and I don't know if you can just labor in the pool or you can give birth in the pool as well. They have midwives on staff there, and like it says on like their website they do delayed cord clamping. Now whether they being delayed as in like whatever the mom says, or we'll give you 60 seconds, that kind of thing. So I probably will, once I get there, at least feel feel out the hospital system, just to just so that it shows that I was there, that I was there just in case I do have to be rushed to the hospital for like after I give birth, or when I'm in labor, or you know, if I have to go to the hospital when I'm giving birth to this baby. It shows that I did come to the hospital at one point since I've been to Montana. Otherwise, like I said, my preferences haven't changed. I still want to be as minimally medical as possible, and I still would like to birth at home. But I have to figure it out now a little more, because like here I knew all the options. All of my family, like all of our family would have been there. Like Dre's mom, Dre's sister, my sister, Dre. Like that's 5 support people that I would have had here to support me while I was in labor and giving birth and after birth. But now, since it's just going to be Dre, Indigo, and I and this baby, I mean, once they're born, it kind of changes things a little bit, because also we are going to be living 2 hours away from Yellowstone, and that's where Dre's going to be working every day. So if I do go into labor and Dre's still at work, it's going to be at least 2 hours until he gets back to me. And also, if he's in Yellowstone and it's a place where there's no reception, then he just won't know until he's home and I'm holding a baby. Or like he gets back and like he's coming back from Yellowstone and he gets reception and he's getting all these texts from me like, I'm in labor, I'm going to the hospital, I'm this. It would just be me and Indigo at home at this point, with me in labor. And if I go super quick, like I really suspect that I would go super quick with this baby, because Indigo's labor was only 6 hours for my first baby. And you know, most women go for a good bit longer than that for their first baby. So I'm really suspecting that this baby's gonna come quick. And I've been like going to the chiropractor and, you know, of course taking care of myself and whatnot. But I think that this baby really will come fast. Like I feel like it keeps coming up in my mind that it's gonna be like 3 hours. I feel like it's gonna be an intense 3-hour labor and the baby's gonna be here. It's like, I don't want to give birth at home by myself. And then like to go to the hospital after the point, like if I tore really bad or if I'm bleeding, to have to pack up like Indigo, to have to pack up the baby, to have to get myself dressed to go out while I'm like bleeding, you know? So there's a lot to weigh. My sister, she'll be coming out a few days before the baby's due, and then she'll be staying for 2 weeks. So fingers crossed that she will be there before the baby's born and I don't go early, and then I'm really truly there by myself. Hopefully the baby waits until after my sister's there, because I'll feel a lot better birthing at home, or even if I do have to birth at the hospital, or even if I do have to birth like with a midwife, or have a midwife consult on the phone for when I give birth. Even if I have to do any of those options, it'll still make it 100 times better to have somebody there with me for sure, because I'm sure Dre would come home, but that's 2 hours at least. So yeah, there's a lot to weigh at this point with the birth of this baby, but my preference haven't changed. I still want the same thing for my birth. I still want the same thing for my baby. It's just the fact that I have to decide what the best option is and weigh whether or not I'll be completely by myself with my son in labor giving birth to another baby. So yeah, that's a big thing that's floating around in my brain right now. Like I kind of said before, like it's there's a housing crisis there in the specific town we're moving to in Montana. So it's like it's been kind of hard to find housing. Like, of course you can find things, but they're through the roof expensive. And we want to have a quality of life outside of just renting an apartment. Um, so yeah, we're looking to rent like a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment, or house. We just need 2 or 3 bedrooms. Um, we're like leaning towards 2 because the baby will be in our room. Maybe I co-sleep with my babies. So the things that I get for my babies, it doesn't take up much space. The baby will not take up that much space. It's just like, and also like the rent requirements, like some of the requirements to rent out there are just super weird. It's like things I've never seen before, like here in Ohio. Here in Ohio, I've never seen like you have to make 5 times the amount of rent. Like that's kind of crazy. Make 5 times the amount of rent, and every single adult person has to put in a like $75 or $100 application fee. And it's like, it's not even like really about the money. It's just like, is this necessary? Like, are you scamming people? But you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, we're actively looking for a place. I'm sure once we secure a place, I will let everybody know, probably through my Instagram. But yeah, we're still really looking, like we're still on the hunt for a place. There's one place that we really like, but they only have like a 1 bedroom available, and we're like waiting just a couple weeks to see if anything else becomes available there, because we really like it, and it's affordable, and it's just looks like all around a good place to live. And I talked to somebody on the phone, and I emailed with somebody from there, and they seem really like genuine and down to earth. And look out your window and see like these huge mountains, and there's like trails right on site. But that's the biggest thing that's like giving us a hard time, is the housing, because ideally we would like to have an apartment secured by the end of March, or like by the end of the first week of April at the latest, because we're going to be trying to move in May 1st. So we really want to have something secured so that we can go along with our other plans. Dre is going to be starting his work that second week of May. That's kind of what we're shooting for now. I think we'll fill a 15-foot U-Haul. Like, we do not have that much stuff. We are pretty minimalistic, at least we try to be. And yeah, we don't have that much stuff. I don't know if you can like put like fillers into, or like stuff into the U-Haul to like fill it the rest of the way so your stuff's not sliding around and stuff. I don't know, but I don't think we'll fill a 15-foot U-Haul with the things that we have. Like even Indy, like he doesn't have much stuff, so we'll see. But besides that doesn't really matter. Yeah, our moving plans, we're gonna try to be moving into our place May 1st. So it's gonna be Dre and I driving for a few days in the U-Haul and like staying overnight, towing our car, and we're just gonna get it done. Like, we're not gonna waste any time like dilly-dallying and making any extra stops or anything. We're just trying to get there. Indigo is going to fly with family. We thought about this for a while, and we're like, Indigo is not gonna do good in the car for 28 plus hours, because we're gonna have to stop for gas and for food, and for me to use the restroom a billion times, because I'm gonna be like 31 weeks pregnant. So yeah, we waited for a while, and we're like, Indigo has to fly. Like, there's no way he's gonna get in that truck with us and drive across the country without us having to spend at least $1,000 for hotels and food, and just like it being miserable for everybody. Anybody knows a toddler just cannot take long car rides like that. Even with a tablet in front of him, he would not be, it wouldn't go over well. So he is going to actually fly with some family members. After we've been there for a couple days, he's going to fly up with some family members, and that's going to make it easier on everybody. We'll get there, we'll try to get his room set up for him, so it's like exciting for him to get there and have his own room, even though I know I think, fingers crossed, he sleeps in his bedroom, but I don't think he would, at least not for the first couple weeks. I don't think he's going to sleep in his bedroom. And if I'm being honest, I think that I would prefer him sleep with us while I get used to the neighborhood and get acclimated to just being in a different space. Because even here, even in Ohio, where we share a living space with Dre's family right now, like I felt scared letting him go in his own bed. Or like even when he was a baby, I didn't really want to put him in his crib. I wanted him right next to me. And I did. Like I co-slept. He co-slept with us until he was like at least 1.5, and that's when we started trying to get him into his bed. But that wasn't working, and he just slept with us, I think, until like, it's probably been like 5 months or so since he's stayed in his bed. And he likes it, but I'm gonna be, I don't know, I get worried, which I shouldn't, because I know that whenever he's ready for something, he goes for it. Like I never force him into anything, because I know that when he's ready for it, he'll do it. Like with the potty, with his bed, with his binky when he was little, with breastfeeding. When he's ready, he'll do it. And I feel like that's something that I've come to realize. Dre and we can't force him to like change, do anything to get rid of his binky, to get into his bed, whatever, because when he's ready, he'll do it, and he'll do it seamlessly. So that's how I feel. Once we get to Montana, we'll try to set up his bedroom first, so that it's exciting for him to have his own bedroom and those kind of things. But once he's ready, he'll do it seamlessly, and that's all I can hope for. We're just really gonna be diving into life on our own, because we've never, like, of course, when we were in college, we were away from our family, but that wasn't, for me, it was like an 1.5-hour drive, and I was home probably at least one weekend out of the month. And for Dre, that was like a 6-hour drive, and we went to see him probably at least every 3 months. Like, we were never this far away, at least for an extended period of time. So it'll be really interesting, and we're both excited. It's gonna be really, really bittersweet to leave everybody, because like all of our best friends are on this side of the United States. And I mean, I have one best friend who's in Seattle, but like everybody else, our family, our friends, everybody is here. So a good opportunity to acclimate and change, and become really independent, and just really lean into adult life, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of tears. There's already been a lot of tears pertaining to like leaving our families and figuring things out. It's gonna be interesting, and I'll try to keep you updated. I'm gonna try to post a lot more about like this specific thing, because let me know in the comments below if there's anything specific like you'd like to know about moving across the country or Montana or anything like that. And that's where I'm gonna end this, and we'll talk about more in the next video. If you are interested, go ahead and go to my channel and subscribe. My Instagram is at @MYANAA_. I do more daily updates on my Instagram, and just you know, just daily life. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.